It is Wednesday morning and I'm on the way to the student jobs to set the lads up, and then I'm off to Buxton to the I've forgotten what it's called now, quarry head or quarry mill, I can't remember. But it's interesting because I'm in the process of designing the recycling at the yard that we're going to do. So for us, we obviously pay to get rid of a lot of waste. So we need to have skips at the yard, and then obviously all our bricks and hardcore, it's what we can turn that into. And the company who I bought the concrete crusher off, the one we've got which separates it, they also do a lot of other machines. So I've been back and forth with them, and I'll share with you now my plans and see whether the clever ones out there have got any suggestions whilst I'm in this designing stage of ways I could improve obviously what I've got up to now. So I want a bay, so the concrete Lego bays. So I want to have a bay where we reverse the tippers in, tip bricks hardcore, and I'm thinking of having at the back or on top of the Lego, concrete Lego, we'll have a conveyor going into a hopper which goes into the jaw crusher. So the conveyor will go from the rubble bay where we just come, drop, get off, and when we want to, we can turn it all on. It goes into a jaw crusher which gives you about 40mm hardcore, and then so this is where it gets a bit complicated. What I need to do is we want to have a bay for 40mm, and then we have a conveyor underneath the jaw crusher that goes up and it goes into a hammer crusher which reduces it down to 10mm, or sand. Obviously you're getting at all these stages, you're getting bits of sand and dust, whatever. And then from that, it goes into a conveyor into a sand wash. So that way, from dropping rubble, we will have the option to have a bay that is 40mm hardcore recycled, which we can use for the extensions, for driveways, for flagging, for anything. And we could potentially, put that into ton bags and stuff like that. Then we obviously have the 10mm, close to them bushes, and then you cut them back, don't you? We have the 10mm bay, and that we can use for pipe bedding, access chambers, cables, that's what we need that for, almost like a pea gravel. Then obviously we have sand, which we use obviously for driveways, for again the extensions, for whatever else we can do with it. But here's the issue. So I want to be able to, if one of the bays is full, all the bays are empty, I want to be able to go turn it on, throw a load of bricks and rubble in, and it goes jaw crusher, hammer crusher into sand wash, and we get loads of sand. And I turn around and go, right, that bay's full now, the sand bay's full, we've got enough sand. So then I go turn the conveyor, which goes from the hammer crusher, which turns it into 10mm, and we turn that conveyor into the bay for the 10mm, and then we throw it in, it goes through the jaw crusher, through the hammer crusher, and we fill that bay. And then we get turned around and go, right, that bay's full, done. Right, now we want to fill the hardcore bay, the 40mm bay. So now you turn the conveyor from the jaw crusher straight into the bay. I'm trying to think of like the least labour intensive way, and also when I order the dumper, I need to be able to drive the dumper in and pick stuff up, load it onto the tipper, so if we're on a job and we need a ton, dumper on, sand, whatever you want, yeah, on and drive away. So that's why I'm thinking of having all the machines at the back raised, and I'm obviously trying to keep the electricity bill down long term, so I'm planning on having the conveyor into the crushers, and then obviously the conveyor to the next one that then comes back, or do it gravity fed where the conveyors stay where they are, they're fixed, and what we have is a metal hopper which acts as a wall for what's getting crushed to hit the conveyor below. But then we have the option to adjustable fold that down, and then obviously whatever's getting crushed hits that like a slide and falls into the bay. However, that's not going to be, that will fill up quicker, so that will need more maintenance. You know, you'd have to have the dumper or an excavator and like move it round. So that's why I was trying to think of the conveyor. If I can have the conveyors on a track where they just turn 90 degrees, so they either come out into the next one, or you can spin them 90 degrees and they stick up at 45 and obviously fill the bay from a lot higher. And that way, you know, we haven't got to do any excavator going in, like clearing the rubble chute, or that for me is the best one. So I've sent that across, and the company I get the crushers from are amazing, dead responsive, so helpful, and I've been back and forth. I'll show you the designs that I send them, because sometimes it is hard to get your point across, especially obviously in a different country when their native language isn't English, but they are amazing. So they then put it into like a CAD drawing and go through it with me. So hopefully we'll be getting that ordered, and it's good because it was just in time really that I got that call yesterday from the environmental health, who obviously the neighbour's been complaining about us using the crusher to crush the bricks from Blaine's back garden, which you can see on the video for YouTube didn't create any dust, didn't create any disturbance that you would consider, you know, an environmental risk. And I'm glad that the health and safety officer agreed with us, and hopefully we've got another subscriber. So if you are watching, I said I would add a video of the dust suppression that we've got on the concrete crusher. So hello to the health and safety officer, and hopefully you can see that we are doing things right. That is one of the things that doing the YouTube. I said that, you know, we are trying to do everything right, and you know, it's hard sometimes putting yourself out there that everything you do is getting scrutinised, but you know, everyone's learning. I'm new to this. I said to them, I was like, look, this is the first time I've ever bought a yard. I've really got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just obviously winging it and trying to learn and get as much advice and stuff as I can. So one thing he told me that I didn't know was that you need a permit for a certain size crusher. So there's a bit on the website, the council's website, which indicates the horsepower. So if you're using something that's over 15 horsepower, anything under 15 horsepower does not require any permit, because it's negligible. It's, you know, it's so small that, so our crusher that we've got now is way under 15 horsepower. So he said, look, I've seen the videos on YouTube, he said it's all fine. And he said between 15 and 50 horsepower, like, you've got a bit of, you know, if you've got something that's noisy, and it's more the dust. He said the dust is the main one that they're concerned with. So he said as long as you've got like dust suppression, he said, you know, it ticks a box for them. But between 15 and 50 horsepower, you may or may not need permit, and then after over 50 horsepower you definitely do. So the big machinery that you see at like Grundy and Co, obviously they've got a permit for that. But for our little concrete cushion, our little recycling plant that we're planning on having there, just to be able to obviously stay green, eco-builders as much as we can and recycle as much as we can. So we won't need a permit for that stuff as long as we keep it, you know, within regulations, which is good. I didn't know that until yesterday, so it's good to learn that and obviously share that. And if you are the neighbour that keeps filming us and ringing every single department in the council, please stop. Like, all you're doing is being a nuisance to the council and you're just wasting taxpayers' money, because they have to reply, they have to send letters out, they have to visit, they have to do site visit, they have to do all this stuff because you're being a busybody and you don't like me or you don't like my company or what we're doing or the yard. But you know, it doesn't mean that you can you know, waste every other people's time and money. So please, you know, I don't even know the nice way of saying, just you know, have a break and like go about your day without you know, stressing about what we're doing, because believe me, I am trying my best to do everything right and to not be a nuisance to any neighbours that you know, we're trying everything to not be as low to not be a nuisance and to keep everything, noise, dust, everything we can down. So yeah, right, just pulled up to the student job, so go in and check how they're getting on. And I'm brushing carpet. It's turned into school PE day again, hasn't it? At least Blaine's got his work shorts on, haven't you? Yeah, everyone comes in and... What, gloves? Yeah. Why do you always swear? Why? Every other word's a swear word. So if we can, obviously get the big bits done, yeah, and then work loft down and get... I'll get one of the lads to drop some stain block off. So we need to stain block. Now get some proper stain block, because we don't want to be going back up there too often, do we? So this bit is where we just fixed yesterday. So you can see, I say I'm surprised it's not leaked more with how many tiles or slates are missing. So we need to get the telescopic ladder up there and a bit of filling, and then obviously stain block that, and then get one of the lads to start painting the stairs down. Scott and Nick should be on doors, skirts and arcs. Have we got them all here? Yeah, I think so. Can't. We got like a little bit of skirts in here. Yeah. And then the outside thing. Sound? Looks a lot better, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, music. Sound? Yeah, just do what you can to like... Yeah, I'll sort that. Fill all that. Is Mick in? Yeah. And then in here just needs, say, the wood finishing up. Morning. Good morning. Just do as much as you can to get... Alright, nothing up there. It's mad to think you could do a dormer on this, isn't it? Yeah. I know. But to think you could do another a dormer on top. Right, sound. I can't believe all that's come from... What time is it now? 8:30. It's only been half an hour. It's already full of rubbish. And then what do we need to get rid of all this then? Do you want to get that boxed off today then? Get that tipper filled? Well, It probably will be filled again, won't it?
Just grab a metal spade. Just to...
Yeah, go and grab one from Avondale or whatever. Everything's here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go and get the other van now. It's literally, I've got to go to court over this, you know. I've got to go to court.
He's already won.
No, they offered to settle, and they said no. Is that filming now? Yeah. So these are the natural bits. So this is what the delivery driver said. He was carrying timber, and he passed it in the house, and he somehow carrying timber has thingied this. I'm gonna go and get my scales, you know, look. And then he's fell down that. But so these are all original, you know what I mean? So we've got the keys day one, haven't touched that, and now I'm getting sued because it's impossible. You know what I mean? It's like how can you carry something like that and go and then fall down unless it's lifted out? And he said on his report that he walked up to the job and it was messy, so he didn't want to go in. So he was like, he said he knew he could see everything on the job. So you'd know if actually get a video of this, because I was trying to think if let's just say it was like that. Like you'd see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is like how far out would it have to be for your foot to go down it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be even further on that.
It's even that like you can't foot, so it'd have to be halfway. Yeah, halfway.
Yeah, you'd notice that.
So it'd have to be there for your foot to go down it. So that's what I'm saying. It's impossible that he's fell down that, because like literally any more than that, and it won't tilt. So it has to be there to be able to, for your foot to be able to tilt to go in. So hopefully I can use that as evidence to say, look, this is what they're like in this whole area, and I don't know, it's just another thing I've got to deal with, add to the list. But yeah, I just literally seen that and thought, oh, I've actually got to deal with that now still. So all these have them down the road, but
what are they going into?
it is very busy. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but as soon as you come into work, you just get bombarded with stuff. So I've just dropped the white van off. So I think it sounds like one of the track rod ends or one of the joints is just squeaking. So every time I turn the corner, it goes. So I've just dropped that off at Woodcroft Garage, and then I just remembered I've got the second viewing for that couple on Western, who I thought was a bit of a dead lead, but no, they want to come back for the second viewing. So I've got to head there, got to grab one of the other vans now, head there, and then I'm going to go on my motorbike to Buxton for the quarry to see obviously if we can gain any more knowledge about recycling, crushing, you know, before I press the button on the ordering stuff from China for the yard. So I've arrived at Hillhead, and I'm so happy I came on my motorbike because one of the roads was shut for obviously they're moving a heavy goods vehicle, and traffic was miles behind, and you just had to walk uphill to the biggest like obviously the quarry. But I've just seen like hundreds of people walking up, and I was just thinking, thank God if I didn't have to do that. I just need to try and find somewhere to put my helmet now. The size of that. I'll have two of them. On the roadworks, haven't they?
Yeah.
Sucking it all up.
Well, I wanted to see that. That goes in London because they're not allowed to dig, so they dig a small hole in the
Just suck
like a
everything.
vacuum excavator.
The size of all these, you can't help but feel like poor and like some days you think your business is doing well, and then you see stuff like this and things. It's huge, isn't it? If this doesn't remind you of Gold Rush, I don't know what would. Look at the size of that, and it's tracked as well. Parker would love that, wouldn't he? Can't believe like the scale of everything here. It's just like ridiculous. You almost feel bad like talking to some of them, thinking, yeah, I'd need like a 1,000 times smaller machine than what you've got at the minute. What is it doing with them? So we've got to get a big jaw cutter for that. That is the biggest motor I think I've ever seen. I reckon it is. This just goes on and on and on. You literally can't even. I mean, they all look the same now. I don't know how anyone who's coming here to buy one of these would pick one. Because they all are just. And I was just chatting to some fellas in the queue for some food then, and they were saying that a lot of machines get sold. People wait until this event to go out and buy so they can, cut a deal with the people at this event. So you can see obviously a lot of stuff with sold signs on, which is bonkers. The one like the Lee Bear one down there, they just sold like 2 machines for like £1 million each or something. You're like, one day, the size of these bolts, and then oh my god, I can't even explain how big this is. The tracks are like up to my shoulder. And that one is just, look at the bucket on that. That is insane. And surely no one's buying these at this event. I can't get over the size of that bucket. Look at that. Wow. This is the big boys section. Oh my god, I forget this is like a working quarry. Full of different makes here. That is insane, isn't it? This is the only place I've ever been where the men's has got a queue and the women's is absolutely empty. That's got to be the only place on earth. So these are who we get our shifters off, and these are the new models. So apparently they're lighter, however I've just picked one up and it's still dead everywhere. The lads will moan, but 450 wide. Go on. It's not often we move ducks, but 450 wide, and then I've just inquired about getting some of these for our ones so that the lads can throw them on like anywhere along the run, the 4.4 metre run, and that way, stuff falling off, give us less crap to clean up. and you can put stuff on it with the extensions. You can put stuff on like all the way along, not just on the hopper. It should be better. So yeah, I think when we get a bit bigger we'll look to upgrade to these newer, longer ones maybe, but it's just transporting them really. So obviously I'm back home from Hillhead, and although obviously I didn't go there to buy any machines or, you know, join the big boys club, it's good to go. I've learned so much, you know, and it's good to see obviously what is out there, and it's humbling in a way that obviously you go and, like I say, when you think you're doing well, and it sort of pushes you to, you know, take a few more risks and sort of try and grow. And not that we're going to get into that size of stuff, but it does make you, you know, you get comfortable in your little bubble day to day, and you get distracted, and you know, it's good sometimes to go and see some of that stuff. And yeah, good day, and yeah, give me a few things to think about for the yard and for other stuff going forward. So right, that's it.